Hey y'all, it's Zach, the legal tech advisor here at Lawyerist. Today I'd like to talk to you about buying a law firm, specifically about what you should think about when you're looking to grow through acquisition. Recently, I sat down with Tom Lenfestey from the Law Practice Exchange, and we talked about just that. Have a listen and see what you think.
Hi, I'm Tom Lenfestey, attorney, CPA, and the founder of the Law Practice Exchange. We help lawyers buy and sell law firms.
Tom, I appreciate you being with me today, and we're talking about, I guess, specifically buying law firms. It's something that I think a lot of lawyers think about or dabble in their mind, and they understand it a little bit. But I'd like to think about what are the first things that we need to keep in mind as lawyers when we're looking to buy a law firm.
Absolutely. Well, I think the first thing is what are your goals, right?
Mm-hmm.
What are those specific goals for acquisition? We have some buyers that are looking at it just as, concept, like it's great, I need to grow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what are you looking to grow, right? Are you looking to grow certain practice areas? Do you just want more clients? Do you want to expand geographically?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to add a practice area that you think is complementary, to what you have, or add some diversification of your revenues? Those different things. So I kind of always we start with our sell side the same way, but from a buy side, what are those goals? Because that's going to shape your search of what you're going to look for as you go forward.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. If you are a family law firm and you want to branch out, you're in Tennessee, you want to branch out into Kentucky. Okay, well, that's one thing. If you're a family law firm and you want to start doing estate planning, but in the same general area, totally different animal and likely a very different search.
Absolutely. It's got to fit to, what is your business plan, right? Do you want to wear every hat? Do you want to serve clients in every facet and kind of build that type of firm? Or are you really lining those synergies? And then, Zach, once you know that, the next question I always tell buyers to look at is, are you ready? Have you built your firm ready for acquisition? And essentially what I mean by that is, sometimes marketing, it can grow your firm quickly, but with acquisition, you can go pick up, another million or more in immediate revenues. It's your firm, right? Even though you're acquiring some operations and teams from the other firm, but is your firm, or are you personally ready for that?
Right.
Like emotionally, what's your lifestyle, right? We've had a lot of, potential successor buyers internally within firms and otherwise really say, I kind of like where my life is, even though I know I can make a lot more money by buying and owning. I kind of like where I am. And so overall, I would just say, that's the part to really look at is, are you ready? Does it align with those goals? But then, making sure your firm and operations, if that's what you're going to roll this acquisition onto, that really you and the firm is ready to kind of accelerate that growth, right? To manage that growth.
So kind of an infrastructure thought. Can you put this other thing together with you? And is it the right thing for you and your firm? How about financially? Kind of being actually ready to look at this purchase.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think, when we look at starting out those next steps, right? You've got your goals, you've got, are you ready infrastructure otherwise? And then starting, we really encourage everybody, one, take a look at your personal finances, right? I mean, if you've got, mounting student loan debt, you haven't bought a house yet, maybe it's not the right time for you to jump in and buy a firm or anything else. But, if you're a little bit more established, if you're kind of growing through, we encourage everybody, get connected with a lender in this space or a funding partner just to know what you would qualify for. It's kind of like getting if you are going to go home shopping or you're going to go buy a car or anything else, you kind of figure out like, what can I afford?
Right.
And so it's one of those things that a lot of people are like, well, I may not use financing. Wonderful. Don't use, outside financing, but go through that financial kind of check to see what works for me, what works for my firm financials. And then if I were to need that, like what is available and out there, because that's really going to help you, again, focus your goals more and kind of go through those different steps.
Okay. Well, so Tom, that's a lot of information. But is there anything else that a buyer should know when they're starting this process?
Yeah, absolutely. I think if you've got your goals, you've gone through and really decided if you're ready, you've got financing, explore the market, right? Explore those opportunities. Typically, that's going to require you to sign a confidentiality agreement
Mm-hmm.
and then really look at locations and practice areas, right? That fit those goals, fit your financial needs, whether it's, marketplace that we provide or other
Mm-hmm.
opportunities out there. But go explore and see. It's okay, just like home shopping, to explore those and figure out what's going to really work for you.
Mm-hmm.
There's no commitment, right? You're just kind of taking those steps, your personal time, to see if buying and if there's good opportunities out there for you.
That sounds good. That sounds good. Well, Tom, I really appreciate your information here. That's a lot of good stuff to think about right as we're starting to the buying process. Thanks for your time today, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, Zach.